done a video since January of this year. I am not going to put much of an intro on this because I have so many records to get through. There are just a catastrophic amount of records that I bought this year. And so many good albums came out. And I went to 6 concerts this year. So, just throwing that out there. Insane. So happy shows are back. Anyway, let me just jump into this. First one is I Prevail 7-inch. It has Scars and Come and Get It Live from Warped Tour, I think. Yeah, Warped Tour 2017. Has blue. Then this one I just got recently. I don't know why it took me so long to get this. It's just black, so I'm not going to take it out. But this band is the band that got me into rock music at a very young age, around 9, 10. This is Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. It just has like stuff like Dream On, Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, all the big stuff from like the 70s. So that is this. It's black. I'm not taking it out, but I have it. And this is a band that last year I could not get into. For whatever reason, I just could not do it. I sat down and listened to their entire discography back in March of this year, and now I've seen them live, and I absolutely adore this band. They are in my top 3. This is Aggressive by Beartooth. It's a gatefold. Looks like that. And the actual disc looks like this. And my favorite song on this album is Burnout. But yes, this is Aggressive, and this is their second album. The next one I just got recently. I was lucky enough to be able to get this off of Beartooth's store. This is the updated version of Aggressive that they put out at the end of last year. This version's way better. Same thing here. I really like this version of Burnout and Find a Way. So good. And the disc is really freaking cool. It's green and like marble-ish. But yeah, they did a huge like vinyl drop on their website and released a bunch of unsold vinyl from all of their eras, so I picked this one up and another one that's in this pile as well. This one I have is another band I saw this year. This is American Idiot by Green Day. I picked this up a couple months ago. It's just black, but I did see Green Day this year. That was fantastic. Favorite song on American Idiot is I really like Letter Bomb and What's Her Name. Those 2 songs on this album are amazing. Next one, I now have all of Fall Out Boy's discography. This is the first Believers Never Die. It's also gatefold. And this has all of their pre-hiatus big hits on it. And it's just black, so. This next album is a contender for my album of the year for 2021. This is Beartooth's Below. And it's also a gatefold. Hearing these songs live is incredible, by the way. This is what it looks like. It's super cool. My favorite song on this album is actually it is Skin. And that's them on the back. Love these guys so much, especially him. Anyway, now this next band I have become borderline obsessed with over the past few months. I've seen them twice this year in the span of give or take 3 months. This is Wage War's Blueprints. I just saw them for the second time last Saturday, and these guys are just insane. Anyway, this is the 5th year anniversary pressing of this album that they put out last year, and it's really pretty. My favorite song on this album actually took me a while to get into, but now it's like these guys don't have a bad album whatsoever. My favorite song on this album is between Desperate and 21. And Alive, and Youngblood. Youngblood was so good live. When they played that, I cried. Next one, this is a band I tried to get into this year. They're really good. I'm still trying to listen to more stuff from them, so I got this album just to fill them out. This is Chasing Ghosts by the Amity Affliction. I bought this at a record store when I saw it. I was with a friend of mine who loves this band, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. This album is also colored. It's just like bright yellow. I can't really tell you a favorite song on this album because I've listened to it once. But yeah, this album, I remember it being really good. I do know that I really like the song Open Letter. Going along with the Wage War theme, this is Dead Weight by Wage War. This is probably my favorite album by them. There's just so many good songs on this album. My favorite right now, Witness. Witness is my favorite Wage War song. I don't know why it took me that long to figure that out because I listen to Witness at least 5 times every day. Looks like this. I bought it from a friend of mine on Instagram who was selling it. So now I have it. I only need one more album to complete my discography of theirs, and it won't be coming until February. Next one, this is my favorite Beartooth album. This is Disease. This is the deluxe version of Disease by Beartooth. It is a gatefold, looks like that, and that's them on the back. This one's pretty cool. It's a double LP. Looks like that. It's like black and orange to go along with the colors of the album. But this is my favorite Beartooth album of all time so far. My favorite song is on it, which is Clever. This album right here is perfect. Going along with the Beartooth theme, this is their first album, Disgusting. This album, just like Blueprints, it took me a long time to get into, but now I love it. This album is just pure white. It's pretty. And I think my favorite song on this album is Me in My Own Head or Body Bag. Body Bag was really good live. Relapsing is also good. Next one is another really great album of 2021. It is their debut album. This is Eternal Blue by Spiritbox. This is like the alternate cover for it. This album is just so good. Courtney's voice is just phenomenal. And I can't say enough good things about how this looks. Probably in my top 5 for 2021. This band is going to get huge. So yeah, stream Eternal Blue by Spiritbox. And this is what the inside looks like. Very pretty. Next one is an album that I just wanted because I wanted to complete some more of my discography of theirs. I'm not a huge fan of this album, but this is Father of All by Green Day. The pressing's pretty, and I do like a few songs on here. So it's I don't remember the name of the pressing, but I think my favorite song on here is probably Graffitia. Graffiti is a really good song. Now this next one is in my top 3 of 2021. This is For Those That Wish to Exist by Architects. I started listening to this band this year because of this album. This album, great from start to finish. Favorite song on this one? Oh god, I don't even know. But it looks like that. There's a double LP and they both look like that. My favorite song is Impermanence with Winston McCall from Parkway Drive. This album, so good. And I might be seeing them next year. So this next one is another Green Day, Insomniac. I got this a little while ago after I saw them. It's just black, so I'm not taking it out. But my favorite song on this one, I don't listen to this album that much. I really like Panic Song and Walking Contradiction is really good. This one, I actually started the year off listening to this one over and over and over and over again. Still one of my favorite albums ever. This is Native by One Republic. It's an older album, but oldie but a goodie. And it has pictures of them and just the back. I really love it. If I lose myself, I had it right. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but this band, so good. Their album this year was pretty good too. But this album will always be my favorite. Next one, another Green Day. We have Nimrod. Same thing with Insomniac. I got it after I saw them. Don't really listen to it all that much. Really like Reject. Reject is one of my favorite Green Day songs. So that's probably my favorite song on this album. And I also like, obviously, Good Riddance. And this is Billy Joe Armstrong's album that he put out solo-wise last year called No Fun Mondays. He has a bunch of covers on here, and I think he has some original songs too. But I really like his cover of Kids in America. It's really good. This is another band I just recently really got into. They're in my top 10 favorite bands. This is The Path by Fit for a King. This is the album they put out last year. I haven't listened to this album in full yet, but I do know a couple songs off of here, and the first one I can think of is Annihilation. This album is really pretty vinyl on it. It's like mint green. I still have to listen to it cover to cover yet, but I can tell you that Annihilation is an insane song. And this band is so good. They remind me a lot of A Day to Remember, like your basic metalcore bands. So this is a really good release from last year. This is Post-Human Survival Horror by Bring Me the Horizon. I don't listen to it that much, but I know it's good. My favorite song is Teardrops. I know it sounds kind of basic, but Teardrops is one of the best Bring Me the Horizon songs, I think. So yeah, it's Post-Human Survival Horror. And then this is the only I Prevail release that I did not show in any of my other videos, besides the 7-inch. This is their live album, Post Traumatic, that came out last December. This has Dead on Arrival with Joyner Lucas, their redone version of Hurricane, which I absolutely love, Feel Something, their collaboration with Excision and Illenium, and also their version of Dead Weight with Caleb Shomo of Beartooth. So, just saying. And this one is really cool because it came with like this signed card that's signed by the whole band, so that was pretty dope. It's a double LP, and both of the records are just dark purple. So hopefully in 2022 we're going to finally get a new I Prevail album, so I can add to my collection of I Prevail stuff. One is what I thought was my favorite album by Wage War. This is Pressure. Still a fantastic album despite what anyone says. The songs that they played live from this album are absolutely fantastic. My favorite song on this album, probably Me Against Myself, which I heard live and I wanted to cry. And it's just blue. I really like Me Against Myself and Grave. Grave, it's one of the singles, and Will We Ever Learn is just fantastic. Then, just like I said before, I now have all of Beartooth's stuff in my collection, so this is their first thing that they ever put out called the Sick EP. It only has 4 songs on it. I Have a Problem, Go Be the Voice, Pick Your Poison, and Set Me on Fire. But it is a full 12-inch disc. And it's black with like gray splatters in it, so it looks kind of cool. I can't talk, it's late at night. But Go Be the Voice is a really good song, especially for like the first thing that you put out. So this next one is the only one I have by this band so far. I ordered another one of their albums recently, like within the last few days. So I'm gonna try to start getting their discography, even though they're expensive. But this is the Silver Scream by Ice Nine Kills. This is their previous album before Welcome to Horrorwood, which I just ordered today. So I'm gonna have 3 of their albums in my discography at some point. So this is the Silver Scream. It's a double LP and a single LP sleeve, and it's the Bloodshot. My favorite song on this album is Rocking the Boat. Rocking the Boat, The World in My Hands, and The Jig Is Up are my 3 favorite songs on this album. This album is so good. I love horror movies, so this album is one of my favorites. I finally have Take This to Your Grave. How insane is that? This is like the 20th anniversary, something, 15th anniversary press. It's the silver one. My favorite song is still Patron Saint of Liars and Fakes. So, but yeah, classic Fall Out Boy right here. I had a different variant of this album. But this is my new variant of Trauma by Aggraville. It still doesn't work the way it should. It skips a lot, but the variant is sick as hell. Like, bro. My favorite song on this album is still Hurricane. I don't think any Aggraville song will top that song. Favorite A Day to Remember album. I've been listening to them so much over the past year. This is What Separates Me From You. It's just black. I wanted a color pressing, but they're an arm and a leg to find. So this is the front. That is the back. My favorite song is This Is the House That Doubt Built. That's one of my favorite Day to Remember songs. This album is perfect from start to finish, in my opinion. I don't think anything will top this album. And I know I said in my last video I didn't really like the Story So Far's older stuff, but I have What You Don't See on vinyl now. I picked this up last month at a record store. Wasn't really expecting the pressing to be all that cool, but man was I wrong. This is so pretty. I'm gonna be basic and say one of my favorite songs on this album is Empty Space. I also like Small Talk though, so fight me. But yeah, it's a pretty good album. So this next album is the only album by this band so far. I saw this band open for Wage War and Beartooth when I saw them a couple months ago. This is The World Is In Your Way by Dragged Under. This band is so good. They're gonna get so big. Underrated. You need to go listen to this album right now. They seem like such genuine dudes too. Like, this band is perfect. I don't know if you can see it, but there's green in there. It's clear. And my favorite song on this album is probably The Real You. I really like The Real You and Hypochondria. Hypochondria was my favorite song that I heard live when they played it. So yeah, this album, so good. They're releasing another one in 2022. Can't wait. I got this album at the beginning of this year. It's the only album by this band I have in my collection so far. One of my favorite bands. This is You Are Okay by The Maine. This was one of my favorite albums of 2019. But it's blue and yellow. It's really pretty. And I want to say my favorite song on this album. This album is just so pretty. I get so much serotonin listening to this. I really like Tears Won't Cry. Flowers on the Grave is beautiful. Numb Without You, Heaven More. This whole album is just fantastic from start to finish. This might be a controversial album to have in my collection because nobody likes this album, it seems like, and that's really upsetting to me. But this is You're Welcome by A Day to Remember. I'm just gonna come out and say that I love this album so much. It is so good. And it's one of my favorites of 2021. Y'all can fight me. This album, there's something for everybody on here. Like, if you like the heavy stuff, Last Chance to Dance. If you like the slower stuff, the cute little stuff, High Diving, FYM, Looks Like Hell, Only Money. Re-Entry is the best song on this album, though. Nothing can top that. That and Permanent, those are my two. But this album is everything to me. Oh, it is colored. It's none other than just red, just like the rest of it. The last one I have for this update is my favorite Green Day album ever, 21st Century Breakdown. This album, I think, was one of my most streamed albums of this year after seeing them in August. This is my favorite album by them. It is so cool. Literally everything about this album is just so incredible, and it's perfect from start to finish, just like Trauma, just like Disease, just like Wage War's new album that I do not have on vinyl yet. This album is perfect. My favorite song for a while, it was American Eulogy. Now I think it's Viva La Gloria, or Restless Heart Syndrome, or Murder City. I can't choose. The Static Age, underrated. That is all I have in my collection now. I have almost 70 records now, when I had 13 at the start of 2020. And I have a few more coming. I have Every Trick in the Book by Ice Nine Kills, Welcome to Horrorwood by Ice Nine Kills, Manic is supposed to be coming by Wage War. It's supposed to be coming in February. But I'm gonna have all of my albums of 2021 on vinyl come February. So, can't wait for that. Anyway, that is it for this collection. That was so many. I need to stop buying records.